we start things off in a slightly different manner this time round, because I'm joined by Nic Atkins. Hi, Nic.
Hi, Chad.
Now, Nic is not particularly a car guy, but what he is he's a warrior. And we're down on KZN's north coast to have a poke and a prod around and see what the Toyota Warrior race is about. And Nic is one of the competitors. Now, Nic, not only are you one of the competitors, you actually train the guys that race stuff like Warrior. It's called OCR.
Yes.
You want to tell us a little bit more about what OCR is for the uninitiated?
Yes, no problem. Let's open up with OCR is obstacle course racing.
Okay,
it is
makes
pretty
sense.
much a trail run with a ton of obstacles plotted along the route to overcome.
Okay. What sort of obstacles does it have?
Often you have tire carries, you have a lot of netting, cargo netting going up and over.
Yeah.
Obstacles that they used to have back in the military days. So heavy carries, you know, if you've got water obstacles, getting through the mud, going under, leopard crawling and all that sort of stuff.
So it's a bit like basics training, like a basics training obstacle course that you're now doing, but you're timed.
Exactly.
But I believe that there's a bit of running involved in this as well, so it's not all just, you know,
Hard days.
jumping and jumping, swimming, climbing type stuff.
Yes, well, there's different variations of it. You can get what's called sprints, or just short runs with tons of obstacles, and that's pretty much your CrossFit workout. Your CrossFit guys are great at that.
Okay.
And then you have your long distance stuff, which is a lot more endurance, and you have to have the chias, the chutzpah.
Okay, all right, yeah. So the staying power.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I mean, when you train these guys, what are you sort of focusing on? What abilities and what attributes are you training into these?
It has to start for me with the basics.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff is not easy. It's not, you can't just go in there, compete week after week and come out the other side unscathed.
Okay.
You're going to get injuries if you don't start at the base level. So a lot of the stuff is toughening them up at the very base level.
Because I get the sneaky suspicion that this is all about just pushing the body to its limits, finding out where the breaking point is, and those that don't break, well, then we want to find out how quick you can do all these different little obstacles.
Well, that's exactly it, what you got there. It's breaking point. It is literally trying to keep you at your breaking point to see how long you can go for before you snap in your round.
Okay, all right. So I want to liken the Warrior race, and I want to find out, because Toyota is a sponsor of the Warrior race, how many rounds are there in a year?
There are 8 races in a year.
So 8 races in the year, and they're all around the country as well. Okay, now I want to find out why Toyota has chosen the Rav4 to be the official vehicle of the Warrior race. So I want to try and compare them. What sort of challenges do you face? What are some of the obstacles at Warrior?
In all honesty, it's often the terrain. Today at the SA Champs, we have the terrain is a beach run, you know, up and down the mountains just next to the ocean. It's honestly...
So would that be mud and sand?
Yes.
Okay, well there we go. We've got a setting on the Rav4 here with a 4-wheel drive system for mud and sand. Okay?
And you see exactly with that, if you don't train to run in the sand, it
You're stuck!
do some damage to you.
You're done. Okay, alright, what else?
Gluteal fatigue. Often we get the lovely mud stuff. If you go to in muscle sport, we go through the dams and all that, but then you get to the highlands where the rocks are literally like you're climbing.
Like
you're
sheer
going
vertical.
up. Yeah, it's like
Okay.
sheer vertical, yeah.
Okay, well that's up and down, and we've got descent control here. And I mean, that's automatic descent control, which is going to slow us down so that we don't get carried away on a descent, but steep descents. Okay, fair enough.
Well, that's exactly it. If you just barrel down that mountain without any control, you're just going to topple over face first.
That's it. Okay, all right. And the descent can be rather dangerous. All right, what other challenges do we have?
We've got a lot of thicket. You know, there's a lot of spots where it's difficult to navigate through, sort of through the brush.
All right, okay.
Over the tundra, that sort
right.
of stuff. You're not sure where your foot is going and if it's solid or...
All right, so you need a little bit of... Okay, I'm likening that to a little bit of ground clearance.
Yes.
All right. Rav4's got great ground clearance. Approach and departure angles are fantastic. It's got a cracking 4-wheel drive system here, actually. And I mean, we've got settings here for rock and dirt, so that's that climbing. The rock and the dirt, we've got the mud and the sand, which is naturally just going to... Yeah, okay. split things and split the power so that you're putting the power down properly. Ooh, mind Woofy. That Woofy's got 4-wheel drive. We got 4-wheel drive here. Okay, can work with this. I'm pulling some nice similarities. Now tell me about the running. Tell me about the endurance. Naturally, you need a bit of pace there.
You need the pace. So basically, what you try and do is you map out your run. You say, okay, I'm doing the 16k. This obstacle race is 16k. How am I going to get through that? Am I pushing on a 4:30 a k? Or am I going to bring it back to 5 minutes a k and just try and pace the whole thing at one pace? Because you obviously, there's moments like when you're on the sand, you know you're going to have to cut back for time. So when you get to a nice clearance area, are you going to just full throttle, go all the way, what is it called? All in?
All in, yeah, just open it up.
And into sports mode, as it were.
Okay.
To get that pace going, or are you going to just take it one pace the whole time, put it into cruise control?
Yourself. Yeah. Well, yeah, cruise control. We've got adaptive cruise control here as well, and that's for the long open stuff and that. But I think for the little spurts and that, then we're calling on a 2.5 litre 4-cylinder petrol engine here, and this one makes 152 kilowatts and 240 odd Newton meters. So there's a little bit of the climbing abilities there, and there's a little bit of the long distance sprint. How important is your diet when you're training for something like this?
If your diet is not spot on, you are going to feel it.
Okay.
When that endurance hits, you know that, okay, I've had one too many bananas today. My potassium is at an all-time high.
Yeah.
And you're going to start feeling that acidity start hitting your stomach when you're at 12 k's in.
Yeah. Okay. And you definitely don't want to crash. You just definitely don't want to run out of that energy.
Exactly.
Just right before, with the finish line in sight. Well, Toyota Rav4. Let's talk about fuel consumption there. They claim 7.2 on the combined cycle. And I mean, we took this long drive down to the coast from Johannesburg, and a lot of it's downhill, and we were averaging mid-7s, and it only started tumbling when we really hit those downhills. So I think that's slightly optimistic. I don't think it's as well trained as what it should be. It's aiming for that 7.2, and instead we're sitting with about mid-8s. So there's a little bit of room for improvement there, but it's really not bad. Yeah, we've got the adaptive cruise control, 8-speed automatic gearbox, really a gem, a real treat. The motor really not bad. This is the highest level Rav4 that you're going to get. A little more pulling power could be nice, especially when you load it up, but I think for the rough stuff, and we've done a little bit of beach and dirt road and that, and the Rav4 actually does pretty well. So I'm seeing exactly why they chose it as a Warrior sort of representative, as the official vehicle of the Warrior, because it really suits it pretty decently. And I mean, we could go with a couple of other brands, but I don't know that they're going to make it to the finish line.
Definitely go for the Rav4.
Definitely go for the Rav4. Well, Nic, I want to wish you all the best for the weekend. You are competing down here, and there's the Warrior race that happens on the Saturday, and then they go out with the sprints, which is the hard, fast-paced stuff, and that takes place on the Sunday, and they live streaming that stuff. So if you are interested in obstacle course racing, and it's not only premium athletes, I mean, this caters for just about everybody. You've got everybody from your sort of office-bound weekend warriors, and I think that's largely where it started, was weekend warrior stuff.
Oh yeah, no, definitely something to go out and do on the weekend that'll push you to your limits. You don't have to train fully for it, you don't have to compete.
Yeah.
But getting out there and actually getting muddy and that on your weekends, it's a lot of fun, eh?
That is. I mean, that's exactly what it's about, and it's a little bit of recreation. And once again, I'm going to do it again. I'm a car guy, I'm not a runner. I'm going to liken it to the Rav4, and it's great because, yeah, you can do the school run during the day, and then on the weekends you sit there, take it off-road, get a little bit muddy.
Get your shoes on, get your gloves on, go through that mud pit.
Yeah, go and get yourself properly dirty. Well, Nic, I want to thank you very much for joining us, and as I say, wish you everything of the best. Go and give him a follow, go and check out his progress on social media. We'll include a couple of links in the video and in the description below. And don't forget to like and share if you've enjoyed what you've seen here about the Toyota Rav4. As a side note, you're going to want to know what it costs, and we're sitting just shy of 590,000 Rand for this Rav4, and of course comes complete with Toyota's extensive warranty and service plan.